Welcome, dear practitioners and friends. Today, we are venturing into a fascinating discussion that sparks curiosity across cultures and beliefs, the prospect of achieving wealth through spiritual practice. But, before we delve into the signs that may indicate such fortune, let's ponder a pivotal question: what exactly is wealth? In today's fast-paced world, many equate wealth strictly with financial success, the abundance of money, luxurious possessions, and social status. This perception drives countless individuals to tirelessly chase material gains, believing that this path leads to happiness and fulfillment. However, is this the true essence of wealth? Or are we merely grasping at shadows, temporary and elusive, that fade as quickly as they appear? Throughout this video, we will explore a deeper, more enduring concept of wealth that transcends material riches. This wealth does not diminish with market fluctuations or vanish with time. Instead, it grows and deepens through spiritual practice and inner transformation. It's a form of prosperity that brings genuine joy, peace, and contentment, qualities that many seek but few find in material pursuits alone. As we unfold the 8 signs that you're about to become truly wealthy through spiritual practice, I invite you to open your mind and heart. Whether you are a seasoned practitioner or new to spiritual inquiry, there's something valuable for everyone in understanding these profound truths. Let us journey together into the heart of true wealth, discovering how spiritual riches can transform not only our lives but also the world around us. Stay tuned as we explore these enlightening paths to a wealth that is not only fulfilling but also everlasting. Are you ready to redefine wealth and uncover the spiritual keys to true prosperity? Let's begin. 1. Wealth of trusted relationships. One of the most profound signs that you are on the path to true wealth through your spiritual practice is the development of deep and trusted relationships. These are relationships that transcend the ordinary connections formed out of convenience or superficial interaction. Instead, they are bonds forged on the basis of mutual respect, shared values, and deep understanding. In a world where relationships are often seen as means to an end, the wealth of trusted relationships stands out as a testament to one's character and spiritual growth. These are not the people who flock to your side when the sun shines brightly on your fortunes. Rather, they are those who stand with you during the storms, offering their support not out of obligation or for personal gain, but out of genuine care and commitment. To illustrate, consider the story of a successful entrepreneur, Mr. N, whose life was filled with associates and acquaintances. At his peak, Mr. N was surrounded by people who admired him for his wealth and status. However, when his business faced a crisis, many of these fair-weather friends disappeared, revealing their motivations were tied to his success. It was a moment of painful clarity for Mr. N, but also one of profound insight. Through this experience, Mr. N came to value those few who remained, those who showed genuine concern and offered their help without expecting anything in return. This experience taught him that real wealth isn't measured by the number of people who call themselves friends when times are good, but by the few who remain true when the going gets tough. This kind of wealth, riches and relationships, is invaluable because it nurtures our soul and provides us with strength and comfort that material wealth cannot. These relationships are mirrors reflecting our own growth and values, and they are indicators of our spiritual wealth. Building such wealth requires us to be authentic and open, to give of ourselves genuinely and generously. It challenges us to be better individuals, more compassionate, understanding, and kind. As we cultivate these qualities within ourselves, we naturally attract those who share similar values and thus enrich our lives immeasurably. The lesson here is clear: value and nurture the relationships that bring true richness to your life. Invest in people who uplift you and whom you can uplift, creating a cycle of positive energy that enhances the spiritual journey of all involved. This, in the truest sense, is a wealth that not only accompanies us throughout this life but also transcends into the spiritual realms, leaving a legacy of love and support that is eternal. 2. The treasure of merit. The second sign that heralds imminent wealth through spiritual practice is the accumulation of merit, a concept deeply ingrained in Buddhist teachings. Merit is considered an invisible yet profoundly influential treasure, one that shapes our fate and influences our fortunes more than any material wealth could. Merit is accumulated through good deeds, ethical behavior, and the cultivation of virtue. It's the spiritual currency that determines the quality of our present life and future rebirths, influencing our experiences, relationships, and even the opportunities that come our way. Unlike material wealth, which can deplete through use, the wealth of merit only grows with each compassionate act, each moment of selflessness, and each decision that aligns with higher moral principles. Let's explore this through the story of Ms. Lin, a dedicated social worker whose life exemplifies the power of merit. Despite facing hardships, including financial instability, Lin consistently chose to help others in need. Her days were spent supporting vulnerable families, providing emotional counseling, and organizing community resources. Lin wasn't rich in the conventional sense, but her life was abundant in joy and fulfillment, a direct reflection of the merit she accumulated through her selfless actions. This treasure of merit brought Lin not only personal peace but also profound respect and love from her community. Her actions created ripples, impacting lives and inspiring others to also act kindly. This circle of positivity enriched her life in ways money never could. Merit's influence extends beyond the tangible. It attracts positive circumstances and people into our lives, creating a supportive environment that facilitates further spiritual and personal growth. For instance, due to her positive karma, Lin often encountered benefactors who provided the necessary resources for her projects, almost as if the universe conspired to support her noble intentions. The cultivation of merit is not just about performing good deeds to expect something in return, it's about transforming our inner selves. The law of karma ensures that good actions lead to positive results, and living a virtuous life naturally steers us away from suffering and towards enlightenment. It's a path of living consciously, where every action is considered for its ethical weight and potential to foster goodness. As we accumulate merit, we do not just enrich our lives but also set an example, becoming beacons for others to follow. This creates a legacy of virtue that transcends our physical existence, impacting generations to come. In summary, the treasure of merit is a profound sign of forthcoming wealth in spiritual practice. It assures us that by living righteously, by giving more than we take, and by acting with pure intentions, we are not just improving our lives but are also crafting a world that reflects our highest values. This is the true wealth that can never be stolen or diminished, only increased through continual practice and perseverance. 3. Wealth of serenity. The third sign of approaching wealth through spiritual practice is the attainment of serenity, a profound peace of mind that transcends the superficial layers of temporary pleasures and material gains. This serenity is not just an absence of conflict, it is a positive state of being, characterized by a deep, enduring calm that pervades all aspects of life, unaffected by external circumstances. Serenity as wealth is best understood through the contrast between those who possess vast material riches but live in constant anxiety, and those who may have little in the way of physical possessions yet enjoy a rich inner peace. This distinction illustrates that true wealth is not about what we have, but about how we experience life. Consider the story of Mr. Tan, a successful business owner known for his vast wealth. Despite his luxurious lifestyle and social status, Tan's nights were plagued with restlessness and worry. Fear of losing his wealth, concern over business fluctuations, and paranoia about his reputation kept him in a perpetual state of unease. His life, filled with riches, was ironically impoverished by a lack of peace. In stark contrast, let's reflect on the life of Ms. Dao, a teacher living in a modest home, earning a modest income. Dao's possessions were few, but her days were rich with fulfillment and joy. Her approach to life was grounded in mindfulness and gratitude, practices she integrated into her daily routine. She faced life's challenges with a calm resolve, and her serene demeanor was infectious, often soothing even those around her. This serenity is a wealth that Dao, and others like her, have cultivated through spiritual practice. It stems from a deep understanding and acceptance of life's impermanent nature. Instead of clinging to what can be lost, they embrace the present, living fully in each moment. This acceptance frees them from the chains of desire and fear, allowing them to live in peace regardless of external conditions. The wealth of serenity is particularly evident in how individuals like Dao handle crises. When faced with difficulties, instead of panicking or despairing, they remain composed, drawing on a deep reservoir of peace that allows them to make thoughtful decisions and maintain their composure. This inner tranquility is a powerful tool. It not only enhances personal well-being but also positively influences those around them. Moreover, serenity as a form of wealth enriches life by allowing individuals to experience true happiness. It is the peace that comes not from what we can acquire, but from appreciating what we already have. It is a peace that is self-sustaining, not reliant on continual external validation or success. In conclusion, the wealth of serenity is a significant indicator of spiritual prosperity. It signifies that one has moved beyond the ephemeral pleasures of the material world and has found a deeper, more satisfying form of wealth within. For those on the spiritual path, achieving this level of inner peace is both a goal and a sign of true spiritual maturity. It is a state that, once attained, provides a lasting sense of fulfillment that material wealth cannot compete with. This serenity is not only a refuge from the turmoil of everyday life but also a profound source of strength and clarity. 4. Wealth of wisdom. The fourth sign of impending wealth through spiritual practice is the acquisition of wisdom. Unlike the transient and often deceptive allure of material riches, wisdom offers a lasting mastery over one's destiny. It is the profound understanding and insight into the nature of life, self, and the interconnectedness of all things. This type of wealth allows individuals to navigate life's complexities with clarity and purpose, making decisions that lead to genuine fulfillment and peace. Wisdom is more than just intellectual knowledge, it is practical understanding applied in daily life. It involves discerning the impermanent from the eternal, the superficial from the substantial. This deep insight changes how we interact with the world, guiding us to live in harmony with our true nature and the laws of the universe. Consider the story of Master Ken, a revered spiritual teacher whose life exemplified the wealth of wisdom. Despite his modest surroundings and lack of material possessions, Master Ken's profound understanding of life attracted individuals from all walks of life. His teachings, simple yet deep, resonated with those seeking more than what the material world could offer. Master Ken often spoke about the illusion of material pursuits. He taught that chasing after wealth, prestige, and sensory pleasures leads only to temporary satisfaction, often at the cost of lasting peace. Instead, he advocated for a life centered around spiritual values like compassion, mindfulness, and selflessness, which bring true happiness that does not fade with changing circumstances. The wisdom of such teachings lies in their ability to free us from the cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. By understanding the transient nature of all things, we learn to appreciate the present moment without clinging to it. We become equipped to face life's challenges with grace, seeing them as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to happiness. Moreover, wisdom enriches our relationships with others. It fosters empathy and compassion, as we recognize our shared human experiences and struggles. This understanding deepens our connections, making them more meaningful and fulfilling. Wisdom teaches us to value people over possessions, experiences over acquisitions, and peace over turmoil. In the broader scope, the wealth of wisdom offers societal benefits. Wise individuals contribute to the well-being of their communities by making decisions that promote long-term good over short-term gain. They become leaders, not by authority, but by the example of their balanced, ethical, and thoughtful lives. In conclusion, the wealth of wisdom is a powerful and transformative asset. It provides the clarity and insight necessary to live a life aligned with one's deeper values and purposes. For those on a spiritual path, cultivating wisdom is essential, not only for personal peace but also for contributing to a more enlightened and compassionate world. This form of wealth is the key to true mastery over one's life, enabling one to navigate the temporal world with an eternal perspective. 5. Wealth of compassion. The fifth sign that one is approaching true wealth through spiritual practice is the cultivation of a deep and abiding compassion. This wealth is not measured in currency or possessions but in the profound ability to empathize with and alleviate the suffering of others. Compassion enriches the giver and receiver alike, creating a cycle of positive energy and mutual upliftment that transcends material gains. Compassion is the heart's response to the suffering of others, coupled with a genuine desire to help relieve that suffering. It goes beyond mere sympathy, which may simply recognize pain, to an active engagement in alleviating it. This form of wealth is transformative, as it not only changes the lives of those who receive compassion but also profoundly alters the person who practices it. Consider the story of Dr. An, a physician who worked in underprivileged communities. Her medical skills could have earned her a lucrative position in a prestigious hospital. Instead, she chose to serve in areas where healthcare was scarce. Dr. An's practice was not just about treating physical ailments. She cared deeply for her patients, often going beyond medical treatment to offer emotional support and practical help. Her compassion did not drain her, rather, it filled her with a sense of purpose and joy, highlighting how true wealth is about contributing to the well-being of others. The wealth of compassion also has a broader, ripple effect on society. When individuals act compassionately, they inspire others to do the same, creating a community that values empathy and support over competition and self-interest. This shift can lead to a more harmonious society where people are motivated by kindness and a commitment to mutual well-being. Furthermore, compassion enriches one's own spiritual journey by fostering a deep connection with the human experience. It breaks down the barriers of ego and separation, revealing the interconnectedness of all lives. This realization can transform one's approach to life, shifting from a focus on personal gain to a dedication to serving others. This transformation is evident in the profound peace and satisfaction that those like Dr. An experience, even if they lack material wealth. They live richly because their lives are full of meaning and purpose, driven by the impact they have on the lives of others. Their existence becomes a testament to the idea that the greatest wealth one can accumulate is the love and gratitude of those one has helped. In summary, the wealth of compassion is a critical marker of true prosperity in spiritual practice. It signifies a person's ability to live deeply, fully, and meaningfully. Compassion does not deplete one's resources, it amplifies them, bringing about a wealth of emotional and spiritual fulfillment that material riches cannot match. For those walking the spiritual path, developing compassion is not just a moral imperative but a clear sign of spiritual maturity and profound inner wealth. 6. Wealth of contentment. The sixth sign of true wealth through spiritual practice is the development of contentment. This is not simply a passive acceptance of circumstances but an active, profound appreciation of the present moment and what one already possesses. Contentment is a deep-seated state of satisfaction and gratitude that transcends the fleeting desires for more that often characterizes material pursuit. Contentment as a form of wealth is rooted in the understanding that happiness does not come from external acquisitions but from a peaceful acceptance of the current situation while finding joy in the simple realities of life. It involves a mindful acknowledgement of what we have, rather than a focus on what is missing. Consider the story of Ms. Twee, a teacher living in a small, rural community. Her life lacked many of the conveniences and luxuries that are abundant in more affluent areas. Yet, Ms. Twee found great joy in her daily interactions with her students, the beauty of her natural surroundings, and the close-knit community she was part of. Her contentment was not ignorance of the outside world's offerings but a deliberate choice to value and cherish what she had. She exemplified how true wealth comes from appreciating the present rather than lamenting what one does not possess. Contentment offers a stable form of happiness that is not vulnerable to external changes. It does not mean giving up on aspirations or accepting subpar conditions passively. Instead, it is about finding a balance where ambition does not disrupt inner peace. Content individuals can still strive for improvement and welcome new experiences but do so from a place of peace rather than from a feeling of lack or dissatisfaction. This type of wealth significantly affects mental and emotional health. Contentment reduces stress and anxiety, which are often exacerbated by the relentless pursuit of more. By fostering contentment, individuals cultivate a resilience that helps them face life's challenges with a calm and steady demeanor, knowing that their happiness is not contingent on outcomes but is a state of being. Moreover, contentment enriches relationships. When one is content, the need to compete or compare with others diminishes, allowing for more genuine connections based on mutual respect and joy rather than envy or rivalry. Content individuals are often more generous and empathetic, as they do not operate from a mindset of scarcity but from one of abundance. In summary, the wealth of contentment is a key indicator of spiritual richness. It signifies a person's ability to live with inner peace and satisfaction, regardless of external circumstances. Cultivating contentment is essential for anyone on a spiritual path, as it lays the foundation for a fulfilling and meaningful life. It teaches that the best kind of wealth is the kind that fills the heart and soul, not just the pockets. 7. Material wealth without attachment. The seventh sign of approaching true wealth through spiritual practice is the ability to possess material wealth without being emotionally or spiritually attached to it. This involves mastering the art of enjoying and utilizing resources without being ensnared by them. It represents a significant spiritual maturity, where one can live in the material world fully and richly, yet remain free from its potential chains. The concept of non-attachment to material wealth does not necessitate poverty or the shunning of possessions. Instead, it advocates for a balanced approach where material goods are seen as tools rather than ends in themselves. This perspective allows individuals to enjoy the benefits of material wealth while maintaining their inner peace and spiritual priorities. Consider the example of Ms. Lan, a successful entrepreneur who runs a thriving business. While she enjoys the fruits of her labor, including a comfortable home and the ability to travel, she remains detached from these luxuries in a way that they do not define her happiness or self-worth. Her identity and joy are rooted in her relationships, personal growth, and the positive impact of her work on her employees and community, not in her financial status. This balanced approach to material wealth is crucial because it prevents the common pitfalls of greed, envy, and fear of loss. Individuals who achieve this balance can lead by example, showing others that it is possible to participate fully in the economic life of society without succumbing to materialism. They demonstrate that one can strive for success and innovation, and yet remain generous and ready to share, embodying a spirit of abundance rather than scarcity. Furthermore, non-attachment to material wealth fosters a sense of freedom and liberation. It allows individuals to make choices based on their values and the greater good rather than out of a fear of losing wealth or status. This freedom is profoundly empowering, as it aligns one's actions with one's deeper spiritual beliefs and goals, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. The practice of non-attachment also has a protective effect, buffering against life's inevitable ups and downs. For example, if Ms. Land's business were to face a downturn, her sense of self and her inner peace would not be devastated. Her detachment allows her to face such challenges with resilience, viewing them as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as threats to her personal value. In summary, the ability to hold material wealth without attachment is a true sign of spiritual wealth. It enables individuals to enjoy the benefits of their labor without being bound by them, maintaining a clear focus on their spiritual journey and the real sources of fulfillment in life. This state of being not only enhances personal well-being but also contributes to a healthier society, where success is measured not just by what one accumulates, but by what one contributes and how one lives in harmony with one's deeper values. 8. Wealth of non-attachment. The eighth and final sign of true wealth through spiritual practice is the wealth of non-attachment. This profound state of being goes beyond simple detachment from material possessions. It encompasses a complete liberation from the ego and its desires, resulting in ultimate freedom and peace. Non-attachment in this context means living in the world but not being of it. It involves transcending the egoistic self that clings to identities, outcomes, and possessions, recognizing that these are transient and do not define one's true nature. This profound understanding allows individuals to experience life more fully, without the fear or anxiety that attachment often brings. Consider the example of Mr. Bin, a meditation teacher who has spent decades practicing and teaching the principles of mindfulness and non-attachment. Mr. Bin owns few possessions and leads a simple life, yet he exudes a deep sense of joy and fulfillment that many with far greater material wealth might envy. His contentment stems not from what he owns or achieves, but from his inner state of peace and his ability to be fully present in each moment, accepting life as it unfolds. The wealth of non-attachment enables individuals like Mr. Bin to face life's challenges, including loss and change, with equanimity. Instead of reacting with fear or despair, they meet adversity with a calm acceptance and a clear mind. This not only reduces personal suffering but also allows them to be a source of strength and stability for others. This level of non-attachment also deepens one's spiritual practice, leading to profound insights into the nature of reality and the interconnectedness of all beings. It fosters a compassionate outlook, as individuals recognize that all beings suffer from the same fundamental misperceptions and desires. As a result, those who cultivate non-attachment often become compassionate advocates for alleviating suffering in all its forms. Furthermore, non-attachment brings a unique form of freedom that is rare in our modern world. It is the freedom from craving and aversion, the two poles that bind humans to a cycle of dissatisfaction. When individuals no longer cling to desires or run from discomfort, they find a great capacity for happiness and peace regardless of external circumstances. In summary, the wealth of non-attachment is perhaps the highest form of spiritual wealth one can achieve. It represents a pinnacle of personal and spiritual development, where one is not swayed by the illusions of the ego or the material world. This state of being allows individuals to live with grace and wisdom, making them powerful examples of peace and fulfillment. Cultivating non-attachment is a lifelong journey, one that brings immense rewards not only to the individual but also to all those they touch. As we reflect on the profound indicators of spiritual wealth discussed in this series, trusted relationships, merit, serenity, wisdom, compassion, contentment, material wealth without attachment, and non-attachment, it becomes clear that true wealth is not quantified by the accumulation of possessions or status, but by the richness of one's inner life and the positive impact one has on others. Integrating these teachings into daily life requires a thoughtful and consistent practice that goes beyond mere intellectual understanding. It involves deep self-reflection, a commitment to personal growth, and a dedication to living according to these principles in every interaction and decision. Mindful practice. Begin each day with a mindfulness practice that helps center your thoughts and intentions. This could be meditation, journaling, or a simple period of quiet reflection. The goal is to cultivate a state of awareness that will guide your actions and interactions throughout the day. Ethical living. Commit to ethical living by making choices that reflect compassion, honesty, and integrity. Let your actions be guided by a conscious effort to do no harm and to contribute positively to the lives of others. Cultivate relationships. Invest time and energy in nurturing meaningful relationships. Prioritize genuine connections that are supportive and enriching, and strive to be a source of support and kindness in the lives of others. Embrace simplicity. In a world that often values excess, choose simplicity. By focusing on what truly matters, you reduce the clutter in your life, both physically and mentally, and make space for deeper satisfaction and peace. Teach and share. Share the insights and benefits of your spiritual practice with others. Whether through formal teaching, casual conversations, or by example, spreading knowledge and positivity enhances your own understanding and enriches your community. Service to others. Engage in acts of service and charity. Helping others not only brings immediate benefits to those you help, but also deepens your own sense of purpose and happiness. Continuous learning. Keep an open mind and be willing to learn from every situation and every person you encounter. Life offers endless opportunities for growth and learning, which can continuously enrich your spiritual and worldly experiences. Reflect and adjust. Regularly take time to reflect on your progress and challenges in integrating these teachings. Be honest with yourself about where you are succeeding and where you may need to make adjustments. Spiritual growth is a continuous journey, not a destination. As we integrate these teachings into our lives, we transform not only ourselves but also the world around us. The wealth we cultivate through our spiritual practice creates a legacy of peace, wisdom, and compassion that can transcend generations. Remember, the true measure of our wealth is not found in what we accumulate, but in what we give, how we live, and the love and peace we spread. Let us strive to be rich in the ways that truly matter, building treasures in the heart that no external change can diminish. This is the path to a fulfilled and authentically wealthy life.